The verdict came just before 3 p.m. Friday, guilty on all 3 counts. Oskaloosa's public library is making some changes to its fines and checkout policy. Take note, because if you ignore it, your credit rating could take a hit. There's a place in town where many of Oskaloosa's more experienced residents get together to hang out and grab a bite to eat. What is happening each day to make sure the school is as safe as it can be?
That is a very, very good point.
To some extent, maybe we're 15, 18 years behind reform methods that other states have already implemented. Yes.
There's a sentiment across Iowa school districts that Iowa has been doing a great job on its own. We don't need these national standards. And what would you do with that kind of saving money that you're not spending on property taxes? What happens to that money?
Well, it stays in the business.
Is Iowa still a good place to do business?
It is, but I'm afraid that we're slipping.
And when disasters hit, many communities rely on trained volunteers for help. People who can assess damage, organize search and rescue, ultimately save lives.
But it takes training in the classroom and in simulations. Simulations like the one in Oskaloosa this week.
A tornado hits the center of town.
Help us out.
Dozens are wounded.
I think my hip is out.
And it's up to these men and women to act fast.
What they're going to be doing is they've got team members that are broke up. They're going to go through and they'll find victims.
They're members of Mahaska County's Community Emergency Response Team called C.E.R.T.
So we have to get them out of here.
And tonight they're doing triage.
Triage is where we have mass casualty incident, lots of victims, and we need to decide priority patients versus who are walking wounded.
The situation is tense. With so many injured, responders don't have much time, just 30 seconds or less with each victim before moving on.
3 left.
If you can walk, you're in pretty good shape. C.E.R.T members are learning how to identify priority patients.
Lower.
If you're marked red, you're moved and treated first.
Red are the ones that need the immediate care. They're the most seriously injured.
Tonight, some of the injured are treatable.
She's okay. She's hurt her hip. She can't walk.
Others, unfortunately, like in real-life disasters, won't make it. For many tonight, they've never done this before.
This is our first training station, but that's what it's about. We learn, we train, we go back, we assess what we've done.
It's effective training with authentic situations.
Got another red.
And everyone has a job to do, even the guy who escorted the reporter out of the area.
We need you to go to Incident Command right now.
Can you tell me what happened?
I can't. We got information at Incident Command for you. They'll explain everything what you need to know.
As the sun went down on a bright blue sky, the color blue grew even brighter. First on the square, then the courthouse. Everyone cast in
blue,
the color that means
autism. Blue is the color of autism.
Amy and Ryan Krogmeyer tote their youngest, twins. But we're talking about Gabe.
Hi, Gabe.
Their firstborn, 7 years old, full of life, but not a big talker.
Well, my son is considered nonverbal and very social. He's very social.
Amy and Ryan, like so many parents before them, were shocked and saddened when something in their child changed.
My oldest son was completely normal. He hit all of his milestones.
Kind of like loss of personality.
When Gabe was 15 months, he fell silent, and the doctors only said one word: autism.
The biggest fear is not knowing what his future is going to be as an adult.
The Krogmeyers didn't know any other families with the disorder, but the support was out there.
No, once he started kindergarten and was in the special needs class, we noticed that there was other autistic children, met their parents, got to know, and then it just snowballed.
Last year, the Krogmeyers helped organize Oski's first Light It Up Blue event. Tonight, 20 families have joined them. Support is growing, but so is the number of the diagnosed, and now the worry that history might repeat itself.
Yes, you are.
The Krogmeyers twins,
We had surprise twins last year.
Little Mason and Avery, are 11 months old, a few months shy of the age when Gabe was diagnosed.
It's scary to know that they're hitting their milestones. Even though they were premature, they're hitting their milestones. They're doing really well, but it could be gone. It could be gone in a couple of months.
They're watching their twins closely, holding them even tighter. Picasso's blue period painted somber pictures, but tonight's faces, though cast in blue, paint a different portrait. Blue is now the color of strength.
Trying to get everybody to understand and help and support.
Can you give Mommy a kiss?
Of hope.
Mommy? Mommy?
And a family's love.
Is it Avery? Mm-hmm. Good job, buddy.
For CRI Weekly News,
Oh, you gonna kiss the camera? Oh, good job.
I'm Jonathon Gregg.
It's a little bit more unique than maybe other streets.
Jubilee Family Church pastor Bill Tweet is road weary.
We've got a lot of potholes that are all along the street.
3rd Avenue West off South D Street is a mess, making a short walk to Jubilee's door a challenge for some churchgoers.
Right here is our handicap parking. When our people get out, lots of times they have to walk around and go through potholes to get over to the sidewalk to enter into the building.
Tweet's worries became worse.
As a matter of fact, we had one lady who fell, an elderly lady who fell and injured her head.
So Tweet and 50 signatures went to Monday's Oskaloosa City Council meeting to ask for help.
Under the present conditions, the road is a threat to the safety of handicapped and senior congregants.
No word yet if the city can make the fix.
Makes it a very rough ride.
Tweet says now is a good time because repairs will hold up actually. Heavy machinery traffic from the concrete factory next door is gone. Ideal Ready Mix has moved to a new location. The holidays are always a time for giving. People are dropping off winter coats at the United Way, giving their extra change to bell ringers, but apparently people don't donate as much life-saving blood during the holidays as other months of the year. A local teacher saw a need and is keeping the spirit of giving alive at the Oskaloosa Elementary School. Dana C.E.R.T finds a seat.
Yes, I like my right arm.
And settles in. Stacia Coons preps the patient.
Okay.
Gets a bag, finds a vein, a needle.
It's in.
And we're donating. Mrs. C.E.R.T is a 3rd grade teacher here at Oskaloosa Elementary. She decided 3 years ago her school, like others in the district, should have its own drive.
This was a dream of mine to have this here because the high school does it and we can't get over there.
C.E.R.T isn't a veteran donor like other folks. The elementary's first drive 3 years ago was her first too.
Because I always wanted to do it. I don't know, just maybe those old excuses.
C.E.R.T thought it would be perfect to host a drive at the new elementary building for teachers and parents. Parents like Jessica Gatuma, who's donated most of her life.
Doesn't cause me any pain at all.
Giving blood reminds Gatuma just how precious life is, like the life of her 4th grade son, Connor.
I have a child that had heart surgery, and so he had a couple of blood transfusions himself during surgery. So I know that blood can be life-saving, so that's why I don't mind doing it.
Surgery and donated blood saved Connor's life. Blood that came from people like Dana C.E.R.T, who after almost 8 minutes on the table is done. Do you get that much time to relax during a school day with 3rd graders?
No. Nope, they keep me busy.
Another blood drive in the books.
Up like that.
She'll be planning the school's next drive after the new year.